In my first year of trucking, something happened to me that I call the Gay Mexican Prostitute story. So, I actually find myself 7 years later back at the place that it happened. And I kind of want to do a little bit of a reenactment. The story begins with me just sitting in my driver's seat, just parked in a spot. I had just finished a load of securing a load of glass, and I barely managed to get here with enough time, to shut down and be safe for the day. And so I'm just sitting here, just chilling, just dicking around on my phone or whatever. And right here in this area, there's this dude just walking back and forth. Now, at the time, I had just barely been out on my own. I was probably 2 months out on my own, maybe 3 months out on my own. And I still, was somewhat sheltered, having, just grown up in Los Angeles, where everything was all safe. And I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, from what I'm used to, and there's just this dude walking back and forth, and just staring at me. I'm like, this is weird. So I got so weirded out, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pull my curtains. That way, he can't see me. And whatever. And so I pulled this curtain, and I also pulled that curtain, but I'll leave it open for right now. But anywho, I'm still I guess I do have to pull the other curtain. Alright, so I have the curtains pulled, but I'm just peeking, wondering what's going on. And that dude, he's still walking back and forth, just back and forth. Keeps looking at my truck. Now at the time, I had a flatbed trailer. And on the side of my truck, somewhere right there was there's these big equipment boxes. And then on the back of my truck, I had another big thing called a headache rack, another big equipment box. And I'm thinking, is he trying to distract me so people can go steal my shit? So, I've got the curtain pulled, and I'm just, kind of just peeking, just, looking at my mirrors, trying to see if anybody's around. I don't know what the hell's going on. This goes on for a good 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so. And eventually, the guy just disappears. And I'm thinking, okay, good, he's gone. But, I'm just sitting here. I didn't really have much food in my truck at the time. I don't think I had my microwave in the truck at the time. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm kind of hungry. Or I'm thirsty. So I dig around in my little cup holder, and I find some quarters. And I know that over there at this rest area, there just so happens to be some vending machines. So I decide I'm going to go check out the vending machines. I hop out of my truck. I kind of look around. I had big equipment box here, big equipment box there. Just kind of make sure everything's okay. And I go and lock everything up on both sides. And then I walk over here, and over at those picnic tables, he's just sitting there, just staring at me. For some reason, I decide that it's a good idea that I should just kind of continue on my way. I mean, I'm out here already. And I get to the vending machines. And I'm putting in my coins, blah, blah, blah. Selecting my drink. I think I got a Squirt or Dr. Pepper or something. And as I'm here, the dude is walking around behind me. Well, eventually, he walks right here, stops, turns, and he looks at me and just gives me this look. And then he walks his way in. And I'm over here thinking, I need to get out of here. So I quickly try to make my way back to my truck. I get to safety. And the curtain still pulled, by the way. And I just start peeking again. And there the dude comes, just walking back and forth again. Keeps looking at my truck. Eventually, this guy starts walking up to my driver's side. Now, this is an empty spot. And he's just standing right there. And I'm like this. Just I'm peeking out. And I figure, okay, that's enough. I go, roll the window down. And I've also got my winch bar in my hand at the time. Like this. And I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're walking back and forth, you're freaking me out a little bit, like, what's going on? This poor guy, in like the most Mexican-y accent I've probably ever heard, just looks at me and goes, I thought you might be interested in something. And I'm like, no, you need to get the fuck away from my truck, dude. Like, go. Like, no, nah. And I'm like, also, like, you know, with the winch bar flashing at him. I'm like, nah, you need to go. And he's like, oh, I'm tired. And then he leaves. And then I just spend the rest of my day here and reset, and then I leave. And I have to pass this rest area basically every load I take, and I always look back at it wondering if COVID took him out, or if he's still trolling around looking for somebody interested in something.